Don't you love it, guys? Don't you love it? Some green. It's a beautiful sight. We're up almost 1% on the S&P right now. The Qs are actually up almost 2%. Yes, you heard that right. As the Russell's up 1% and the Dow's up, let's see, just over 0.6%. So, guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Take a sip of your coffee, of course. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in. As we're seeing some green, like I said, we have a lot to talk about, from stocks to charts I'm looking at, I'm liking, and overall where my head's at, what I'm doing in this market. So let's get into it, guys. Again, we're up around 1% on SPY, over 1% on the Russell, as the Qs are ripping, guys. Almost 2% up, and Bitcoin is up over 7.5%, almost 8% up now. And you know it's a risk-on day, guys. You know it's risk-on when Bitcoin's up 8% and the Qs are up almost 2%. And all these Bitcoin stocks are going nuts. The altcoins are going up. So you know it's a risk-on day. So at this point in time, SPY clearly has put in at least a bottom in the short term here at about 675, 670. Clearly we held that a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, about a month and a half ago. And at this point in time, guys, on the 4-hour time frame, actually, let me pull the 20-day. You're going to notice something very interesting. We're at the top of this channel as I'm making this video. Let me draw this out so you can see we're now testing this channel right here, which we're not out of the woods yet. We're not fully breaking out. But if I'm going to say SoFi, geez. SoFi's for the next video. If SPY, which, by the way, SoFi is doing pretty well today. If SPY is able to break through this channel here, above 690, 692, that's where it's really going to start breaking out. And on the Qs, let's see this, same thing here. It's having a great day. We're at a multi-day high on the Qs, but we're not fully there yet. We're not fully out of the woods yet. And I think we will be if we start taking out 618, 620, which is what I've been talking about here. Let's see, yeah, and we're at 612, 613 as I am making this video. Not too bad. So yeah, momentum's there, multi-day highs. It's looking strong, but we're not fully breaking out. Although it is nice. It is nice to see, some green like this. Tech stocks are going up across the board. Let's cover some stocks now, some trades I'm in, overall where my head's at. So tech stocks, the chip stocks, we're seeing a nice recovery today. Micron is up. Let's see this one, guys, 7% today, which you guys probably saw my video yesterday. I bought Micron literally yesterday at 482, and I'm still in it right now. I might lock in profits before the end of the day. I'm considering that. We're at a big resistance right now on the stock, and I can always re-enter, on a breakout. That's the thing. That's the thing when you're trading stocks, guys. If you're up on a position, like in this case, I'm up, whatever I'm up, percentage-wise. Let's see, I'm in at 382. So right now, we're up 6%. So you can be like, you might be like, oh, I have to hold on and get the entire move. But when you're trading, guys, you can always lock in profits and re-enter. And at this point, Micron is up, again, 7% on the day, but we're still kind of in this, little downtrend here, are we not? You guys see we're struggling to break through 408, 410, right at this trend line. So part of me is like, hey, and you can see on the 1 hour here, we're struggling to break out of the 180 SMA at 410. So part of me is like, hey, let me lock in some profits. This was only a trade, and I can always re-enter if it breaks out of here. Part of me is leaning towards that. But then the other part of me is like, the fundamental side, where I'm like, I know earnings are going to be pretty good. I think the stock's going to do well over the coming quarters. So part of me is like, oh, let me just let it ride. But then part of me is like, let me take the quick profit. And honestly, it's not even a big position. I didn't get to build it out really at all. I only bought, one lot, whatever you want to call it, one tranche in the stock. And that was yesterday, like I said. So at this point, it's like, yeah, I might take the quick profit, and if it whipsaws back down, can always re-enter. That's what I'm leaning towards right now. So that's Micron MU looking pretty good. The fundamentals, like I said, are still very strong. They're sold out for 2026. We're in a memory chip super cycle. Demand's through the roof. And Micron, their forward PE now is at 12, so it's still very cheap on a forward basis. But keep in mind, these stocks are cyclical. Eventually Micron is going to see a collapse in the stock price, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Probably in the next year or two. But in the meantime, with the memory super cycle, with them being sold out, with, all the demand and their guidance, I think will be very strong come earnings. I think this stock will do well. I think there's more juice. But again, when you're trading, never a bad idea to lock in profits and re-enter, which I'm leaning towards that. So that's Micron, ticker MU. Amazon today is going nuts, which is another stock that I've been buying as of late. I've been buying for years now, but really the last, since earnings, really the last month, I've been buying like a madman. I bought a bunch of Amazon this last month, guys. And at this point, we're up to 216.17, up around 3.5-4% on the day, $8 up. So at this point, guys, it's playing out exactly as I expected on the charts, and this is why I was rushing to buy Amazon, under 210, under 200, because I just had an inkling it wasn't going to stay there for long, and here we are. So we're back over 210, 212, which was support all throughout the summer up until really earlier in February when the stock tanked on earnings. We held 212, 210 up until that point, and again, I was saying this, I was pounding the table under this 210 mark. Was a screaming buy. I think it still is a good buy at 216, but at this point, I would just wait to see if it cools off again. But yeah, man, Amazon, it's starting to take off. And once it takes out this 180 moving average, 215 to 20, 220, once it takes 220 out, guys, this thing is going to be off to the races. And it's a long-term play. Micron's a trade for me. Amazon's not. It's a long-term investment. And, I think we're going 300 plus, no doubt about it, man. 250 plus this year. I think we'll be back there in no time. And the 3-year chart looks great. The 1-year chart looks phenomenal. Excuse me, guys. What else could you say about Amazon here? I mean, it's great. Yeah, you could argue it's overbought in the short term, but my goodness, guys, it got ridiculously oversold when it went from 250 all the way down to 195. It made no sense. So now, I mean, look, it's clearly starting to bottom and rebound. Sure, it could come down a little bit, chop around 215 a bit, but I think we're going to run right through that moving average. It's inevitable. So Amazon, I'm loving it chart-wise, fundamental-wise. Can't go wrong. Mercado Libre is one that I bought yesterday. I added more at $16.90. Now it's at almost $17.90. So it's up $100 a share from where I added yesterday. This is a stock that I've been buying for a couple months now. So that's looking pretty good there. I've been buying the weakness. I think the charts, the fundamentals look great on Mercado Libre. So we can see on the 3-year chart, great looking chart. Max chart as well. What more could you ask for, right? Chart-wise, that looks great. Let's see. What else is moving today? The crypto stocks are going up. Coinbase is seeing a ridiculous run, as expected, considering Bitcoin's up 8%. Duh. What do you think Coinbase is going to do, right? So Coinbase is up a whopping $28 dollars a share, 15.5%. And it's still in a downtrend, even though it's in an uptrend or breaking out in the short term. It's insane. And these other crypto plays, we have DeFi Technologies, which has been a dog in my portfolio, but I think with Bitcoin stabilizing, potentially going to start moving again, I think DeFi will do well. I know it's been, a long time it's been downtrending. And quite frankly, it's been, a year. I mean, holy smokes. How long has this thing been downtrending? Pretty much a year, right? A year, yeah. So I think for this to really start to get back, back to where it was, which I think it could be a $2, $3, $4 stock. Obviously, Bitcoin needs to get back to over 100K. The crypto market needs to get healthy, needs to stabilize, which you could argue that's happening right now. So DeFi technologies, it's a dog, but I'm holding on to it, not forever. If it's still under $1 in 8 months, I'm out of the stock for sure. But, I'm going to give it till the end of the year. I told myself, in the speculative side of my portfolio, I'm still sticking to that. Up 6% on the day. Today, let's see, Coherent took a hit. If we're looking at Coherent here, this company made a deal with NVIDIA, a $2 billion deal. NVIDIA's investing into Coherent, to increase their manufacturing capabilities in the United States, to boost Coherent's R&D. So Coherent now is down 6% on the day, or 5%. I can't even see that. Holy crap. Do I need glasses? Jeez, guys. Well, I do have glasses. Where the heck are my glasses? Either way, 5% down. Coherent chart looks phenomenal. COHR is the ticker. So keep your eyes on that. Let's see what else. Netflix. Yes, I think I mentioned this in my video earlier, but Netflix is now pushing $100 a share. We called out this ascending triangle, which you guys can see it here on the 1 hour, on the 30-minute time frame. We can see that looks like it wants to play out. And if I had to guess, I think Netflix in the short term touches 100. It almost did this morning, but we didn't get through it. But I think that changes pretty soon here. So Netflix, you guys know I sold my shares, which I don't regret. A lot of you might be like, oh, do you regret selling your Netflix? I actually got some comments like that. And no, the question, or the answer is no, because I ended up buying more Amazon with that money, and I bought some more. Really, a lot. The bulk of it went into Amazon. It's not like I'm selling these stocks, guys, and I'm going on vacation. I'm not taking this money and I'm not going and buying a car or blowing it. I'm reinvesting it, right? So I don't regret selling Netflix because, number one, I have options still. I'm in call options, so I have that upside or upwards exposure still. So I'm still making money. And two, again, at this point, guys, I lost my train of thought. But at this point, oh yeah, I put my money in Amazon. There's other places I put that money, and it's doing well. Amazon, did we not just see it? It's at 216.17. I bought more earlier this week at like 205. 207, I think. 205, 207. Either way, man, I bought more Amazon with that Netflix money. I don't regret it. Long term, if I had to pick Netflix or Amazon for the next 5 years, I'm going Amazon hand over fist over Netflix. Netflix really, the whole idea of my buy was, short term, not even a short term, but it just got way too beaten up. The fear around the acquisition got way too insane, and it was just an easy buy. It was an overreaction, and we got the snapback now as Paramount's going to get the deal, blah, 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 and trade's over. Simple as that. Now we move on because, yeah, this could go to 110, 120. I got some comments about that, but do I think it's going to go right to 120 this year? Necessarily? No, I think it might take some time. So for me, the money is better put elsewhere in Amazon and other places. And I was actually even considering selling my call options. I might still do that, locking in the profits there. I'm up like 40% on those calls. And I was considering throwing in some more, Micron potentially. Because, again, I didn't fully build out that position, but then it kind of ran up on me this morning. So, yeah, there's a lot of thoughts going on in the head, guys. Decisions. So, I'll wrap it up there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Do all that. Join the Patreon if you want to keep up with my actual portfolio. See all my buys, portfolio updates, all of that. And private Discord. You get access to the private Discord through Patreon. Link down below, also pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfs.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.